live. See how we looking, Hakeem. All right, looks like we live. All right, shalom, shalom, Hakeem. I'm gonna start by giving infinite honors and praises to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem Harakakadash. Double honors to the Apostle Great Millstone, who rule well and teach well, and are worthy of the double honors. Peace and blessing to you, Akim, pushing out this truth across the four corners during these last time. All right, we're just gonna get straight into it because this world to come is for a few, man. It's for the remnant. It's for the elect. All right, it's for those that are sighing and crying on the highways about all the abominations that are done in the midst thereof. We're gonna receive that reward for working towards it. We're coming up into the feast of unleavened bread, the Passat. All right, and it's a serious and solemn assembly, and we ought to be in that mindset as always of hastening the day of the coming of Yahweh by Shem Shai, man. Start off with this one. It's the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 8, verse 1. And he answered me, saying, the Most High had made this world for many, but the world to come for few. And that's right, man, because this world, it's easy to find success in this world. All you got to do is be wicked, all right? It's easy to rise up in the ranks of America, all right, the United States, because what? Wickedness is upheld and righteousness is downplayed, all right? Righteousness is seen as something for naught, all right? It's frowned upon. So if you're doing something that's on a high level of wickedness, you'll be famous. You'll get success easily in the society. But if you're doing something that's righteous and commending the name of Yahweh Shem Shai, you're going to be looked down. That's why the world to come is for few, because we're preparing right now for the world to come, man. We're preparing and building up this spiritual temple, all right, so that when Yahweh Shai comes and cracks those clouds, we'll be ready to meet him with exceedingly joy. It says, I will tell thee a similitude, Esdras, as when thou askest the earth, it shall say unto thee, that it giveth much mold, whereof earthen vessels are made, but little dust that gold cometh of. Even so is the course of this present world. Because the scriptures tell you what, a man is going to be made more precious than fine gold. So we are that gold that comes out of this place, man. The few that is going to be saved, that's talking about the elect out of the nation of Israel, man. These so-called Native Americans, Latinos, and Negroes, man. All right? It says, so answered I and said, swallow then down, O my soul, understanding, and devour wisdom. Right, and that's the main thing that we should be doing right now, man. Swallowing down this understanding, devouring wisdom, and letting that fuel us. All right, eating this whole roll and letting it fuel us to do what? To carry on, to push on, man, to push forward, to prophesy ultimately, to say before. All right, because that's the spirit of the Lord. Like it tells you in you get it real quick after I read this last verse in 2nd Esdras 18 and 5. For thou hast agreed to give ear. And ultimately, if we agree to this word, the Most High, he sanctified us to do this. All right? He sanctified us to get this word, to get this knowledge, to go out on the highways and byways, Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, New Mexico, London, all right? Different, all across the four corners where the elect is scattered, man. Because ultimately, we have to get this knowledge and this truth. The elect has to be sealed for this place to be destroyed, man. That's how important we are. So we have to realize our importance, man. We can't let slavery just drag us down and bring us down and make us hate ourselves, man. All right, we're really the kings, the priests, and the judges that are going to rule over the society, and we're the few. We're the remnant. Like America has a saying that says what? The few, the proud, the Marines, because according to their criteria, only a certain amount of people can be a Marine. Only a certain amount of people can go through the strenuous workouts or what's the word I'm looking for? Training to become that Marine. And we go through rigorous training spiritually, man, through this great book, through the holy trial, through the fiery trial that we're receiving if we are to be of that number. Now it says, for thou hast agreed to give ear and art willing to prophesy, for thou hast no longer space than only to live. So we're willing to prophesy. And you got to have that spirit of being able to willing to prophesy, man, willing to put things aside, to put the Most High to the forefront, man, because when we think about it and we look back and we say, well, man, how many hours of the week are we putting into the truth, or how many hours are we putting into the ministry? How many hours are we spending doing videos? It's really not that bad. It's really obtainable because we know that through the Spirit of the Lord, what we're doing, what we're saying, the book that we're coming out of, the words that we're speaking are true. So it pleases us to do this work. If it be within us, it joys us. It makes us happy. Like someone says, oh, well, you're not going to enjoy your job if you don't love what you do. All right? And we're not going to enjoy this if we don't truly love prophecy. We don't truly love Yahweh Shem Shai. We don't truly love these commandments. We don't truly want America to be destroyed, man. So understanding what the will of the Father is going to get us out of here, man. Let me get this real quick, just backing up that prophecy up, man. Because ultimately, Yahweh Shai said what? I come in the volume of the book. All right? I'm the Alpha and Omega. So these words are written for him, man. All right? It's the book of Revelation, chapter 19, verse 10. And it says, and I fell at his feet to worship. I'm going to start at verse 8. Salakia. It says, Revelation 19 and 7, let us be glad and rejoice and give honor to him. For the marriage of the Lamb is come, and his wife had made herself ready. Right? So we're involved in the marriage of the supper of the Lamb, right? This word teaches us, right, that our garments, to keep our crowns, right? Gird up thy loins like a man, like the book of Job talks about. Keep thy garment. Let no man take thy crown. All right? So this word teaches us to keep these scriptures near and dear to us, man. The scriptures even say that, man. All right? So the supper is the most important meal of what? Basically, on the planet, man. This supper of the Lamb is the most important meal that we can taste on this planet, man. All right? Observing this Passover, the Passat, man, the solemn assembly is the most serious thing that we're going to go through on this side, man, up and coming towards Yahweh Shai, man, Jacob's trouble. All right? These perilous times that we're going to go through, these tokens to Yahweh Shai, the days of atonement, more of the blowing of the trumpets, the Passat, all right? On down the line, they're a memorial to Yahweh Shai, letting him know, look, Lord, all right, if we be of that number, this is our testament to you. This is our we're asking you for mercy by worshiping these high holy days, man, by keeping them, all right? So it said the supper is the most important meal on the planet, so it must be properly served, man. You gotta have your guests in line, all right? You gotta have, they gotta be on one accord, like it tells you in Revelation, the 14th chapter. They sung that new song, so we gotta be on one accord. We gotta have the proper attire. We gotta have our garments, all right? We gotta have the proper mindset, being that of a virgin, man, all right? Because when Yahweh Shai comes back to take his bride of Israel, he's taking out those 144,000 virgins, man. All right, those unblemished lambs like he is, man, like Yahweh Shai is. It says, and to her was granted that she should be arrayed in fine linen, clean and white, because white represents purity, man, holiness. And the men of the Lord are untouched. We're spiritually white, man. Spiritually, what? Not involving ourselves in these other doctrines, in these other wines, and these other philosophies, man, of the world. All right, which are false doctrines. All right. So what's the opposite of false? True. This is the truth, man. We don't walk in falsehood. We walk in livelihood, man. We walk in righteousness. All right. It says, and she had said, and he said unto me, Salakia, for the fine linen is the righteousness of saints. That's right, man. We're the saints. But with that righteousness comes what? We have patience within us. We have what? Faith that are within us. All basically summing up our character, man. The Lord knows our character. He knows our weaknesses. He knows our strengths. He knows how we should go about in building our strengths. How we should go about in doing what? And making our weaknesses stronger, man. Because we got brothers in this truth. Yahweh Shai said what? How can you say you love the Lord, you don't love your brother? Because your brother is a representation of the Lord. Your brother has that characteristic in him that can turn your weakness inside of you, turn my weakness into a strength. A brother around me has a characteristic in him. I have a characteristic in me that could turn his weakness, my strength could be his weakness, man. And vice versa, man. Our back's against the wall at this time, man. All right? Everybody's uncomfortable. Nobody has money. Everybody's struggling to make ends meet right now, man. All right? But the ultimate solution and backup plan, and first and foremost, is Yahweh Shem Shai, man. Jake always wants to say, oh, well, if if I do this in the world, I got this much backup plans. But if you put the truth first and foremost, you won't have to be in need of all those backup plans, man. All right, it says, Revelation chapter 19, verse 9, and he said unto me, right, blessed are they which are called unto the marriage supper of the Lamb. And he said unto me, these are the true sayings of the Most High. Because if we're called unto the marriage supper of the Lamb, which is Yahushua, we're blessed, man. Because would you rather be an enemy of the king or a friend, man? Yahushua calls us friends. We're friends of the king, so we're going to be invited into that wedding, man, until that great feast. All right, but until that day come, we are to keep these high holy days, keep the laws to the best of our ability, and operate our faith. This is a faith-based thing. We're saved through the faith and the grace of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, man. But just because we're saved through faith, do we make void the law, or do we say, well, we're not operating under the law? No, man. Yahushua did what? He came away and took away the curse of the law, man, through faith. All right? So that's what we operating under. But we don't have a license to sin. The scriptures provide us all solutions, man. They cover all bases. All right? It says Revelation chapter 19, verse 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushua Mashiach. Worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahushua Mashiach is the spirit of prophecy. That's right, man. The testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. Prophecy means to say before. So that is the spirit that lies within each and every one of the members of the elect, man. It's within our spirit to prophesy. It's within our spirit to say before, man. And neglecting that gift is not going to get us anywhere, man. Because if you neglect to pay on the payment, right, it's just going to keep showing up. You're just going to keep getting late fees, right? That's how this truth is. If you neglect the gift that's in you, then no matter what, prophecy is still going to be fulfilled. Prophecy is going to keep showing up. This place is going to keep getting destroyed. Ultimately, it's going to be hit by nuclear missiles. But leading up into that, you're going to see not only the world around you crash, but you're going to see, if you don't believe, you're going to see your own world crash around you, man. That's how the Lord does it. The Lord is not only just controlling the streets of America, or controlling the president, controlling the government. He's controlling the thoughts and the minds of all these people that are walking around here, whether they be bugged out, whether they be a politician, whether they be a school teacher, or whether they be a man of the Lord. That's why we're spiritual robots, man. We spiritually do this thing out of fear, man. We operate in fear. We move in fear. We move with caution, with prudence, man. Knowing that, man, each step we take can either bring us closer to the kingdom, bring us closer to those incorruptible bodies, bring us closer to those celestial bodies, or it can take us back. And observing and knowing and being aware, that helps you before you move, before you make a mistake. All right? That's why we have this body, man. This body is it's an unwaverable or unswervable group of men, man. It's a group of men that'll literally give you their last if they have it. They'll literally do what? Give you the shirt off their back, spiritually, that is, man. Not like a nigga that'll say, oh, well, I'm just helping anybody just because they need to be helped. Nah, man, we help others, we help our neighbors, which are fellow Israelites. We help our brothers that are fighting in the same war as us, man. That's love, man. According to the Bible. Not according to what the what's that word I'm looking for? What the bylaws of your corporation consist of, man. Or the policies written within Walmart or CVS or Target. No, man, we follow the ways of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Shalom, Mark, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, Barakathamu. All right? It's going to be a quick lesson, Lord willing, it's edifying, man. It says, it's 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 12. It says, let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example of the believers. Because if we don't do it, who's going to do it, man? If we don't come out in the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, these other camps won't do it. They're trying to defile this word, man. They take joy in trying to throw a fork, or trying to symbolically throw a fork in this operation, man. Trying to debunk so-called or scoff, man. They take joy in that. So we have to be an example of the believers, man. The Most High set up men to be pillars, man. Whether you and your mind can receive it or not, the Most High set up different men across the four corners to be pillars, man. To set up and be an example of the belief system of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. About who he represents, what he represents, how he talks like, what he thinks like. Everything that's written in the book, man. That's what we come in. We don't come in the name of Scientology, man. The name of Egyptology. We come in this. We are written just like Yahushua says. He's written in the volume of book. So are we, man. We come on that same accord. It says, "For therefore we labor and suffer reproach, because we trust in the living power. For who is the Savior of all men, especially of those that believe?" Because ultimately Israel is gonna all be saved, right? These other nations are going to be put back in their right mind. They're going to be put back in their roles of slavery. But the elect, which are those that specially believe, they're going to be made rulers over all of that, man. So the sky's the limit for us. So why not? Why not, Jake? Why not come out and do the works? Why not give your all to this thing? Why not put that pride to the side? Why not serve the Lord, man? With all fear and trembling. What do you have to lose, man? If you're in this truth and you believe this knowledge, man, what do we really have to lose, man? We have the Lord, which is our best insurance policy. Jake wants insurance. He wants a coverage. He wants to be covered, right? Oh, all State Farm, right? This is the greatest insurance policy ever, man. It says, 1 Timothy 4 and verse 11, "These things command and teach. Let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example of the believers in word, in conversation, in charity, in spirit, in faith, and purity." So we have to be an example of this truth in all of our aspects of life, man. The way we walk, the way we talk, the way we think, the way we respond, the way we act towards other brothers, man. Everything. But it all has to fall back, and it all has to be an example of us believing in this truth. You can't sum everything up and say, well, it's an example of me believing in cosmetology or believing in the legal field. Nah, man, you got to believe in this truth, man. Everything has to fall back on this truth, man. You have to seek this first, all right? It says, and it's a fight, man. We're not perfect, all right? We're not perfect. We're in these chains of darkness, like the scriptures say. We're prisoners of hope. But we were called to do something that is more exceptional than the average man, than the average Joe, man. All right? That's why it's a 2/3 for a reason, and it's an elect for a reason. The Lord separated what? Those that couldn't get right and those that could, man. Simple as that. It says, "Let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example of the believers in word, in conversation, in charity, in spirit, in faith, and purity. Till I come, give attendance to reading, to exhortation, to doctrine." That's right, man. Those are the things that we should be occupied in. Occupied in prophecy, reading, exhortation, doctrine. These are the things that we should be wrapping our minds around, that we should be getting deep into, man. Not watching an hour-long segment like Jake like to do. Watch an hour-long or 2-hour-long segment of these news bloggers or these rap outlets, man, and see what's going on in current hip-hop. Nah, man, you're supposed to be occupied in prophecy, all right? It says, "Neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given thee by prophecy with the laying of the hands on the presbytery." Talking about the elders, man. The elders laid hands and did what? Ultimately laid that foundation through Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, starting with Albert Bibbins, High Priest Ariah, all right, King Mashah, Elder Apostle Tahar, Ramlah, Rakah, Gabar, man, on down to the least of us, all right? Laid that foundation out, and what do? When that wheel's working, that wheel is constantly moving, do you try to just play hipscotch and just jump in the wheel when you can? No, man. You add on to the wheel. You add oil to the wheel, so it's a well-oiled machine. You just keep it rolling, man. Like that acronym KISS, man. Keep it simple, stupid. That's all we do, man. We literally make it plain upon tables that he that readeth may run, man. All right. It says, "Neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given thee by prophecy, with the laying on the hands of the presbytery. Meditate upon these things, give thyself wholly to them, that thy profiting may appear to all." That's right, man. So we don't want to seem unprofitable. Because something that's unprofitable, that means what? It's not working. All right? It's not bringing forth fruit. We want to be profitable. We want to be want to be a person that's not only learning but teaching. It's a revolving door, man. You have to literally get this truth for yourself, build yourself up so that you can teach, so that you could be, so that you could pull your own weight, man. You literally have to pull your own weight spiritually, man. All right, we're all men. We all got to do that job, man. If we don't want to operate as men of the Lord, then just go operate as a 2/3. Take the easy way out, man. All right? It says, take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine, continue in them, for in doing this, thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear me. That's right, man. Ultimately, that's what the Lord wants, man. He wants fruit to come in and remain, man. That's what the Lord wants, man. He wants us to be occupied in this, man. All right? It's the book of Psalms chapter 1 verse 2. It says, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord. That's our delight, man. And the law is what, man? It's truth. All right? The whole road, we delight in everything, man, because ultimately this is our gift that's in us. It's being unlocked by us doing the works, keeping faith, having patience, letting no man take that crown, being fully persuaded. That's how you unlock this truth, man. That's how you unlock this word. All right, it says the ungodly, Osalaki, but his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. That's right, man. We want to be profitable. We want to bring forth fruit in our season because ultimately there's a season for everything. According to the book of Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter, man. You have a time to pluck up, to pull down. You have a time of war, a time of peace. We're entering into the time of war, man. A time of this society to be plucked up. Esau, Edom, on down with the other heathens, them to be plucked up. Jake, the elected Israel that was planted, all right, to be what? Grown and blossoming, man. And to take this place by storm, man. We want to have the knowledge and the truth to withstand these times, man. These are some rough times, some horrible times that are coming past, man. A lot of bloodshed, a lot of death, a lot of judgment going on, man. But it's thus said the Lord. So what do we do in these times, man? Just like in ancient Egypt, what do we do, man? We put that blood on our doorposts, man. All right. Now we have that spiritual blood, okay, of Yahweh Shai, which upgraded the covenant, man. But that new covenant is not yet because Yahweh Shai has to crack those clouds first, man. Then we're going to receive the promises. Then we're going to inherit the promises. Then the law is going to be written in our inward parts. Then we're going to what? Establish that name throughout the whole entire earth, the whole entire universe, man. But we just have to wait upon that, all right? It says, his leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. The ungodly are not so, but are like the shaft with the wind driveth away. They move like the wind, man. Like a leaf blows in the wind and just goes, man. They come and go, man. We don't want to be like the ungodly. We want to be standing. We want to be firm. We want to stand on business for the Lord. It says, therefore the ungodly shall not stand. Ooh. Therefore the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. That's right, man. Nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous, because King David said what? I'd rather be a doorman in the house of the Lord than to partake in all the luxuries of sinners, basically, man. We would rather be the doorman just to close that door and say what? The elect is sealed, man. Than to be partaking in this wickedness that's going on in America, man. Season after season, these people continue in folly, but season after season, whether we get fruit, whether we don't, all right, because we ultimately know it's up to the Lord, we continue on, man. In season and out of season, doing the will of the Lord, doing what's pleasing to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, man. It says, for the Lord knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish, man. Starting with Esau, Edom, your ways, man, you're going to perish, man. You 2/3 that follow after Esau, Edom, you're going to perish, man. You're going to be caught up in this lake of fire because there's nothing left for you. You've gained everything you can get on this side, Esau. The Most High said he's going to make it rain on you while you're eating, Esau. So you gain all you can gain on this side, and you gained our people, you gained their trust, all right? You gained their integrity because what? They're selling out for it. selling out for millions of dollars. But what about when this society crashes? What about when this fiat currency is turned into the charagma? All right. What is all that money going to be used for? To keep you people warm, because all the electrical power is going to be out, man. All right. These stop signs aren't going to be working. These gas pumps aren't going to be working. These store lights aren't going to be working. These shelves are going to be empty. So what are you going to call upon? Are you going to call upon the name of the Lord? Are you going to call upon Cesare Borgia? Are you going to call upon Buddha? Are you going to call upon Kali? All right? You're going to call upon Baal. You're going to call upon all those deities that profited you not, man. The only thing that's going to profit us is this doctrine, like the scriptures read, man. This doctrine is profitable for reproof, for edification, man. For the nation of Israel, this is what turns us from being sick onto being whole, man. I got to preach it real quick. All right. It's real quick. It's book of Job. It's the book of Job, chapter 38, verse 3. It said, well, I'm gonna go to, let's see. This is Job chapter 40, verse 7. Gird up thy loins now like a man, I will demand of thee, and declare thou unto me. Because we have to gird our loins up. We have to take it upon ourselves to fight this daily battle, man. It's a daily battle when you wake up out of bed, man. It's a daily battle trying to get some sleep, trying to get some shut-eye, man. Always thoughts that are continually running in your mind. But look what the Lord says, man. All right. All right. It's Ecclesiastes 1 and 18. It says, for in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow. So we know the task that is set up for a man of the Lord, is set up for a prophet. We chose this life and everything that came with it. Like, and how is it so much more meaningful when you got wicked 2/3 in the world that say, man, I chose this life. This is my life. I accept everything that comes with it. But they'll be talking about popping another man's wife. They'll be talking about committing adultery. They'll be talking about killing, robbing, murdering. But all we do is humbly say what? We're accepting everything that comes with a prophet, everything that comes with a serving the Lord, everything that comes with righteousness. And yet we're persecuting it from it. But guess what? That's what happened to Yahushua. He was persecuted as an innocent man. Blameless. That lamb without blemish, man. Yahushua was that. So us following in the league and the steps of him, we have to make ourselves low. Make ourselves as little children, man, to inherit that kingdom. We have to go through the fiery trial. We have to pass through that narrow gate, man. Get it real quick. All right. This is Matthew chapter 17. Matthew chapter 7, verse 13. Enter ye at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. And that's the multitude that perish in vain, man. That were born in vain, that perish in vain. They do what? They're going through that wide gate. That's the gate that everybody goes through. That's the gate that 2/3 go through, the majority of the world. But the straight gate, which is narrow, which takes a lot of faith, takes a lot of perseverance to go through, that's only for the few, man. That's only for the elect. It says, because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. Because few there be that find it, because what? Ultimately, there was a few, like the book of 2nd Ezra 8 chapter read, what? This world to come is made for few, man. All right? This world to come is only made for the elect. This kingdom of heaven, we're going to reign in it with Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. Lord willing, if we be that number, I'm going to read it one more time. It says, verse 14, because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it, man. Few there be that find it, and Lord willing, that be us, man. But we know, all right, if not us, then who? Because we're doing the will of the Lord. We're following after the Father, right? We're doing what? Going out on the highways and byways and prophesying even into the wind sometimes, man. But it's all in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, all right? Lord willing, we keep seeking that narrow gate, that straight gate up ahead of Passover, and keeping that same energy, man, throughout the time, all right, that we're here until Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, Yahushai, who in the word, it really calls Jesus Christ, cracks those clouds and delivers us our rightful salvation, man. Lord willing, we be of that number. I'm going to say, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, call Allah Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. All praises to Yahweh by Shem Yahushai by Shem Harakakadash. All right, that's the name of the Father and the Son by the true Hebrew names in which we can only be saved by. Double honors to the positive great millstone, rule and teach one, and worthy of the double honors. Peace and blessing to you, Akim, pushing out this truth across the four corners during this last 6 of the time. Kwame Yasha Allah, Shalom. Lord willing, this message was edifying. Shalom.